Hey guys, what's up? It's Sam. Long time no see. I just wanted to do a video today where I sit down, I alter some of my clothes, and we talk about the world because there's a lot of important things happening right now that deserve conversation. Let me first just show you guys the items that I'm planning on altering, and then we'll sort of jump into the conversation. Okay, so I already did this because I thought I was recording and then I was not, but basically I just wanted to fix a hole in this. So that's all done. This is just like a 3/4 zip, and it's from Brooks Brothers. I got this one in high school. I thrifted it, but I want to crop it because I just never wear it like this, and I think if I actually crop it, I'll probably wear it. This I also got in high school, but it's a golf shirt, like a sweatshirt, and I didn't want to touch it because I was scared to. But I like the, what is it called? Like the top part of it, but it doesn't work with anything. So I think I'll keep it. It's just, I'll probably cut it off this and save it for maybe something else. And then I might crop it, we'll see. This one is mostly a logistics thing, and it's not necessarily even something I'm trying to make cuter. I'm just trying to make it so I can wear it. Basically I have this top and it's so cute, but the back is like crisscrossed. It's so hard to see, but it's crisscrossed even on the bottom, but I can't wear it because then my whole back is exposed, and then I feel like weird and insecure if I'm working out. Like, I don't know, it's just not a vibe. So we're gonna fix all those things, but we're also gonna talk about some really important issues today, folks. I first want to start this video off by saying that I am like 100% a supporter of the Black Lives Matter movement, and if you are not, honestly, like I'm not trying to sound shitty, but like go educate yourself on it, because I'm guessing that's the issue if you're not in support of it. Honestly, this is such an important conversation to have, and I'm trying to like not take up too much space in this conversation because there are so many like Black people who have actually experienced firsthand what systematic racism and in just general racism feels like, and I haven't, and I'm very lucky and privileged to be learning about racism rather than like feeling it and experiencing it. So I'm gonna link a bunch of resources of people who can explain this far better than I can, people who have so much more knowledge about the way our country is run, because I've learned so much. It's honestly really heartbreaking to see like the way that Black people in the United States are like just honestly like very much oppressed, and it's honestly a very infuriating thing to learn about. But the more we know about this, the more we can enact change, and that's just a very important thing, obviously. Not to get like all cheesy, but I'm very proud of our generation because I see so many people who are just like not usually very political, or maybe have different political views than I do, but are still like in support of this, and it makes me very happy to see a lot of people come together at a time like this to recognize, hey, this is the problem and we need to do something about it. It makes me very excited about the future of our country when we're the ones leading it, and like that'll be a very cool time in our lives. Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of links down below. I also decided to add different links to things that I feel like I've been missing in the past, things that I feel like other people could use as resources that maybe I don't necessarily need, but maybe someone else would, you know? I don't know. I think it's easy to think about your own needs and things, but it's hard to think about other people because that's not what you directly experience. But I think this experience has taught me like there's things going on that I don't know about. So yeah, I wanted to get that out there. It's super important to have this conversation, and it's super important to get educated on things like this because it's weird. It's weird to talk about because it's uncomfortable, and things that are uncomfortable sometimes are the most important conversations to have. So I just wanted to get that out there because it's very, very important. Okay, let's start off with this top. Basically, what I want to do is just kind of like get rid of the back being so open. I don't necessarily need it to look good. I just need it to be workable. The fabric does overlay in a couple of parts, so I think all I need to do truly is just sew it. I think I'm gonna pin it so it's a little bit easier, but I've never done that, so wish me luck. Like I said, obviously these conversations are kind of awkward to have, but I think it's taught me that there's a lot of conversations that I just don't like to have because I get nervous. Not necessarily that I'm like wrong or like doing something bad, but mostly that I'm like saying something that's more detrimental than positive, and that really scares me because I never want to do that. And so I think instead I just say nothing, and that is honestly like, I don't want to say it's worse, but like it's certainly not helpful, because then if I God forbid were to say something stupid that I didn't mean, oh my god, these are These are needles for the sewing machine, not, see, this is why I shouldn't be doing this. Okay, we're just gonna try it. But yeah, basically I just think that I'll say something that's not actually informative and it's just stupid, and then I ruin everything, and that's not a fun feeling, obviously. But regardless, I'm so sorry. Regardless, these conversations are super important, and the more we have them, you know, the less uncomfortable it becomes. But it's also important to like be someone who can be educated on things. Don't just assume you're right because you have an opinion. Like, you might be wrong, and that's okay. It's not a big deal to be wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things a lot of the time, and so are you probably, because we're humans and that's how it goes. Some inspiration from Sam. We should put it on a cute little Pinterest background. Is this working? No, this is not working. Oh my god. There's a way to do this that if you're smart, you know how to do it. But I need to stop saying that because I think I used to think manifesting wasn't real, right? And then I tried to do it, and I did it wrong because I have a diary, right, from like January, where I like manifested all these things. Like the opposite came true. Like literally one of them was like, stop thinking the world's always ending. Baby girl, you do not know what this year had in store. Me 6 months ago was so stupid. What the heck? Okay folks, we are back. This has been a very hard piece for me to sew. I did get the back part of it. Basically I just really wanted the bottom part, and then I came really close to breaking my needle, so I stopped. But the back part is done, like the bottom at least, so that's good. Now I just have to thread my thing through again. Like I said, I don't know what I'm doing, so that's why this is the way it is, you know? I could watch like tutorials on like how to sew. I just kind of refuse to, mostly because it's fun right now, like learning, so I guess I'll just learn forever. So let's talk about my quarantine fun stuff. I've actually have had some like good times, honestly, during quarantine. Mostly because there's not much to do in my hometown anyway. So like the only thing that was truly missing was going out to eat and it's like going shopping. But that's kind of it. Like everything else was basically normal. And I am not like the most social butterfly, especially with like people from my hometown. Like I just really have like 2 close friends still, which I don't really think is a bad thing, honestly. I know a lot of people who do still have like a lot of their close friends from high school, and that's great. But that's just not really me, honestly. Like, it's just not. We're gonna do this next because this one seems a little bit easy. I'm just gonna cut off the top as close to the hem on this part as possible, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, my quarantine life hasn't been like crazy different from my life at home during summer anyway. Like honestly, I don't really have a ton to do regularly, but it has been weird because I've been like hyper aware of things, and literally like there have been times where I'm like, oh my god, like coronavirus is all I can think about, and then there are times where I like genuinely forget about it, and those are such peaceful moments. But it is a problem because there have been moments where I'm like, oh yeah, coronavirus, like who is she? And then I'm like, oh wait, like I'm about to go into a store, I need to put on a mask because like there's a pandemic. Like that's a thing. Yeah, 2020 is weird. I also recently found out that my school is going back in the fall, which is so exciting. I'm not necessarily surprised, but I was kind of worried for a minute that like we wouldn't go back in fall. Things are so different though. Like we don't get a spring break, we don't get like a fall break, we go back home in November instead of December. Like it's so weird how they're doing it, and I'm very confused with how a lot of my classes are gonna go, and there are a lot of rules. Oh my god, my family also got a dog. His name is George. He's a Tibetan Mastiff. He's like insane. Like I've never had a dog like him. All of our dogs have had like really different personalities, and George is just so weird. Like so weird. We got him in like the middle of April, maybe the beginning of April, so we've had him for like a month and a half now, and it's so funny because we're still learning a lot about his personality. He's not like a puppy, he's like a 7th month or 6th month old puppy, but he's giant regardless. Like he was probably giant at like 2 months. He's so oh my god, he's like bigger than any dog we've ever had, and we haven't had small dogs like ever. So it's very weird to see such a giant puppy sometimes. Like, oh my god, it's odd. Anyone with like a sense of what they're doing is probably watching this video like, oh my god, stop doing things to your clothes. But it's cathartic. You know how earlier when I was like, there are things that I get nervous to talk about. There's a lot of videos that I kind of want to do that are like talking stylish. Far more organized than this mess. But there's a lot of things that I'm passionate about. But I sort of don't like to bring it online because then I get nervous. Again, then I'm going to say something stupid and it's just like going to do more harm than good. And that's obviously not ever my intentions. But I think that there's some really important things to talk about, like kind of like podcast style, but I'm not exactly sure that I would want to start a podcast just because like everyone else has kind of done it, which doesn't mean not to do it. It just means that like I'm not really sure that I need to, like other people have already. But there's some podcasts that I listen to, and don't get me wrong, like I like listening to them. Obviously I wouldn't listen to them if I didn't like listening to them, but they're like a little bit like, hey, this is what we're doing in our lives, rather than offering like actual content. And that's not bad. I obviously listen to these podcasts for a reason. Like I care what they're doing, but I don't know. There's like a lot of conversation topics that I want to have that I just don't necessarily know if I feel super comfortable doing them on YouTube. I don't know. I'm also really into fashion lately, but not like good. Like, not like stylish, but like just doing things on my own like this because it's so fun to me. And why not? I feel like I've gotten such a good sense of myself in the last like 2 months. And that's such a nice feeling to have because sometimes you feel kind of lost in yourself and it's good to feel like, hey, I kind of know what I'm doing sometimes. And not every mistake that I've made has actually truly been a mistake. It's just been like a learning experience. I'm gonna cut the tags off just because they're in the way, and I might go more of like a crew neck style with this, so I figured they can go anyway. I'm just having fun cutting things, doing my thing. Okay, so this is what it looks like without the collar. It looks 1,000 times better, honestly. The back part is still a little bit messy, but I'm pretty sure I do want to crop it because it's just like such, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to crop it yet because if I'm not for sure that I want to crop it, I just will not crop it yet. And this one is also another one that I'm like, do I want to crop it? Do I not want to crop it? But I'm pretty sure I do want to crop it. You know what? We're not going to touch it. I'll do another video, or like I'll just post a screenshot of me cropping it because I just don't have enough room right now. But yeah, I hope this video was like interesting. I know it was all over the place, but that's genuinely just like where my mind has been. I feel like I've done a lot of growing and like just learned a lot about myself and about the world, which is so like hippy dippy of me and annoying. But I don't know, it's important to take a moment and just like look around and be like, hey, wait, what's going on? Am I missing something? And then doing like a lot of internal reflection and being like, hey, wait, who am I? And like, let's just do a self check-in. Let's see if I'm good. I don't know. Why am I so lame? Okay, I'll talk to you guys in my next video. My next video is something fun. I filmed it a little bit ago, but it also has to do with clothing, and it's something I've done before that a lot of people seem to have, I don't want to say liked, but I've watched. So we'll do that again. I have some college videos coming up too that I want to do, so lots of fun stuff ahead. Thanks for watching. If you sat through this video, you're like, you're a good one, because this was a mess. So thanks for watching this mess. I will post photos of the better versions of these at the end of the video. You can also follow me on Instagram, which is samantha.hope. Alright, bye guys.